the ground is still giving up the secrets of Srebrenica. 10 kilometres from the centre of town, they've uncovered another mass grave from the massacre here 13 years ago. Under the makeshift cover, bones and shoes and rags, the only earthly remains of lives ended violently. SABAHETA FELZIC visits every new grave that's uncovered, hoping finally she'll trace her son, her husband, her father, all taken, all murdered.
The days are very hard when you don't know where they are or how they were killed. You're constantly occupied with those thoughts. How did they kill them? Did they torture them? And how many days were they dying?
By her side, SUMRA SERHOMEROVIC. They found part of her husband's remains at another site, but not his head or his legs.
The criminals had no mercy even after their crime. Simply, when they took the lives and buried their victims, they opened the graves, took the bodies and spread them around to cover up their crime.
It's 13 years since the Dutch UN soldiers abandoned what was meant to be the safe haven of Srebrenica. They did nothing as Serb forces entered the town and rounded up the Muslim men and boys, drove them away and murdered them. It was the worst atrocity in Europe since the Second World War. Just outside Srebrenica, there's a memorial to the massacre, and now the families of those whose names are written here are demanding a Dutch court remove the UN's claim of immunity to allow them to sue for damages to hold it responsible for aiding genocide. MUNIRA SUBASIC knows this section of the memorial well. 22 of her relatives are listed here. Before she left for The Hague and the court hearing, she explained why this was so important.
The genocide didn't happen just like that. It happened in front of the eyes of the UN and the Dutch soldiers. It's very important for those who had the mandate to protect us and to save at least one life that we send a message to them and the whole world: this must never happen again.
On the anniversary of the massacre next month, around 300 victims will be laid to rest here, remains that have been uncovered over the past year. But it's a reminder too that many families still don't know exactly what happened here in Central Europe, in a UN safe haven, just 13 years ago. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, Srebrenica.